Hey, what's up, guys? So, interesting sort of news here. I know it's not exactly news because I'm a few months, maybe a couple months behind the curve on this, but I had a update for Razer Synapse, and it gave me an option to download Razer Softminer. And I looked into it a bit to see what's up with this, and basically the idea is, I don't know if any of you were into any of the computation time sharing apps that have been generally around. SETI had one where you could do like signal processing stuff to help find alien life. There's some protein folding ones to help cancer research and that sort of thing. And now Razer has one so that you can use your spare computation time to make Razer money. So, also just for the record, I'm going to see how many coins I'm on during this video to get a good estimate here. So basically the way it works is when you aren't moving your mouse for like however many seconds and you don't have a game launched or anything like that, then this starts kicking on in the background and uses your graphics card to, we don't really know 100% what they're doing with it, but the point is they give you, quote, Razer Silver. And that is redeemable for various rewards on their website. Now, I've noticed this on their website for a while, but I didn't know it was linked to mining of any kind. Looking through here, I mean, honestly, my first objection here is I really don't want any of this stuff. But for those of you who might, I'm just going to look through some of the prices here. The popular ones are you can get discounts on Jinx stuff, which, I mean, I guess that's kind of cool. Like, I like sort of gamery clothes and that kind of stuff. That $5 Razer store discount is $1,500, which by my current estimates I could get one of those a day. But but my setup's slightly unusual, and I'll get to that in a minute. You got some microtransaction keys and indie game keys for Steam that seem to cost around 10,000. You got, like, if you start actually looking at the keyboards and consoles, what? Yeah, when you start looking at the hardware, then it starts getting, like, ridiculous. You're looking at, like, six-figure coins here. You might be able to score a mouse in like a decent amount of time. Basically, it seems to look like $50 stuff seems to cost around 70 or 80K. $100 stuff seems to cost about 120K. And you can, of course, get discounts, which I haven't done too deep of an analysis on that, but at a glance those honestly look the most worth it out of all this stuff. I mean, again, also I'm biased because I really don't want any more Razer stuff. Like, you can't see my desk right now, but I have an entire Razer setup already. The only things I don't have are their headphones, the webcam, and some of the strange stuff like that. But I looked into it. Their webcam sucks. This $20 Logitech one does everything it does already. So, anyway, I'm getting ahead of myself. So, if you want Razer stuff, then, okay, cool, free stuff. Everybody likes free stuff, right? But I looked at an article from Gizmodo about this, and now I will critique the article a little bit, that they seem pretty pessimistic about it with their estimates, because pretty much the Domino's gift card is the only thing they really cared about in the analysis. But from their calculations, it looks like it's about... Now, Razer says at face value 500 coins a day. And they also say that you need at least a GTX 1050 for them to even allow you to participate. However, at 500 coins a day, that gives you about like 35 cents a day, I think was their estimate. And then they got some statistics from utility companies for the cost of electricity of that, because that's always a big deal with crypto mining of any kind. And so you're accounting for the cost of electricity, you're making about 20 cents a day doing this. And that's also not accounting for potential damage to your computer, which is another thing I'll get to in a second. Now, I have my temps pulled up here just to show you this. Now, I'm using an NZXT Phantom with 5 case fans. And the Vega I bought on Cyber Monday doesn't have the best air cooling, so I expect it to run a little hot. Mid 70s makes me uncomfortable to think it's going to stay like that 24/7, but it's not going to just kill it. Especially since it's not doing any damage to the CPU, and I'm upgrading from this thing as soon as Navi comes out. But the other thing, my main critique of this article is, as I mentioned, they only seem to focus on the really cheap rewards. And the cash value is going to change based on what you're going for. Because let's pull up something I know the price of off the top of my head. Okay, so Razer Firefly, those are $50, and that is 84,000 coins. So let me pull this up on my other PC real quick. So 84,000. So we divide that by 500. That's 168 days. And so if you're mining, okay. So then we take 50 divided by 168, and at that point, actually, wow, that's still pretty bad, honestly. I got about 30 cents a day if you're going for that thing. Now, it may go up if you're going for something like really expensive, but I take more of a penny saved is a penny earned approach to this. Now, the other thing that works kind of in my favor is I'm pretty sure that Razer lowballed it with the 500 coins a day estimate. Before making this video, I let this run on both my computers for about 20 minutes with just my main computer, and I will put my specs right there for you all to look at. Though I'm pretty sure this is entirely GPU based, considering my CPU temp is still in the 30s, and I normally have a really hard time cooling this CPU. So my main computer, now assuming that I don't do anything else and this just runs 24/7, which I understand is unrealistic, so knock maybe 20%-ish off of this. I was getting about 580 or 600 coins a day on this computer running an RX Vega, and now I understand most of the world is still on a 1060 right now, but for people with high-end computers, a Vega 56 is considered pretty weak. And this computer over here is running an RX 580, and it appears that it does let you run this on multiple PCs at once. And running this on both PCs, I'm getting about a coin a minute, which adds up to somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,400 coins a day. And that might actually be worth it, because 1,400 coins a day. Also, as a challenge to the internet, I am going to run this until I get a free pizza from Domino's. That's my thing right now. So 1,700 coins at 1,400 coins a day. That should take me a little over 2 weeks. So, well, nah, sorry, it's really late at night and I'm not mathematically straight. Let's get a real estimate on that. Or not even an estimate, let's get a precise value on that. Alright, a little under 2 weeks. It's going to take 12 days and maybe overnight on the 12th day as well. Now, again, that's just assuming that I'm doing nothing else with my time, so let's drop a minus 20% on my yield for the fact that I'll actually be gaming at some point. And that puts us at 15 days, so yeah, a little over 2 weeks. Now, I'm not an expert as far as longevity of hardware. It's probably not good for this to be running at those kind of temps 24/7. Frankly, after I get this pizza, I'm probably not going to bother with this, because, like I said, I don't really want any Razer stuff, but I'm going to get a free pizza from Razer, and that's going to be great. So, TLDR on this whole video, it's not quite as scammy as people seem to be making it out to be, in my opinion, because if you're gonna mine crypto, then obviously if you just do it yourself, you'll make a lot more money, but the point here is all I have to do is hit start and it just goes. You don't have to deal with like going to shady websites and waiting forever and paying fees and stuff to find buyers for your crypto. You don't really have to worry about instability of the price on it and like haggling. Like it really takes all the hassle out of crypto. And again, obviously at the cost of profit. And you're also extremely limited in what you can buy with this. Now, another thing is people are like, oh my god, Razer, you suck. How could you stoop to that? I will also freely admit I'm not too happy with Razer right now, because their hardware quality really isn't up to par with the rest of the market right now, and they're still charging for it as if it were. And also, Razer Synapse 3 just... it's been in beta for more than a year now. Please just fix it. Get it done. There's no reason that anything with the word chroma on it isn't supported on there right now. Like, that's just ridiculous. But let it be known that Razer is not doing this just to farm a bunch of Ethereum to sell. They're not stooping quite to that level. What they're actually doing is they are lending this computation power, whatever you want to call it, to another company that I don't remember the name of. It's like Gamodo or something like that. Let me pull that up real quick. What's the company called? Gamma Now. That's right. And I looked at Gamma Now's website and subreddit, and basically they're doing more or less the same thing, except for instead of getting Razer stuff and a few discounts, you get basically just free microtransactions in games. So that's, you know, if you really want those Fortnite skins or whatever, I guess it might be worth it. I wouldn't do this if I were paying for my own power. Fortunately, with my living situation at the moment, I am not paying for my own power. But if that ever changes, I'm definitely not doing this. And also, I'm probably going to not do this in general because I don't want to tear up my graphics card. So, that's about it. See ya.